don't. Just in your own way.
Yeah. Well, people call me Khyro, yeah.
What?
Or Heliodrome. I guess this is my project, but now it's like, you know, like coming out of my hands.
I feel the drama. I feel the tension in the room.
But
So, this is Khyro's project, huh?
Say that I initiated that project.
Sure.
I'm the initiator.
But it's forever expanding.
Yeah, of course. Well, expanding, I think it will expand as much as this right now.
I don't think it will
with
go
these,
that further.
like 3 members. Yeah.
Slowly it changed from free jazz to something I can't really explain. It's more like really diversified project where we are like influenced. Yeah, we can go from folk to free jazz, and
then psychedelic and to electronic, and we had some dub.
And nearby is straight hip hop.
Yeah, nearby straight hip hop. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What I really enjoy about your show is that every time I see it, it's different.
Yeah, because we always improvise.
There's always a different element. Even, but you always improvise, but there's always also a different sound.
You know, we were like doing the record that we released on Endemic. We were doing that on show, and it was like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah,
you know,
we're just keeping it interesting for ourselves.
Yeah, no,
sure.
also, because doing the same songs all over, and like we were like, you know, when we went on tour last year, it was like, if we can not do the record, then let's not do it, you know? And we ended up like doing all different kind of stuff, like acoustic folk thing.
Yeah, and we were like in the Pyrenees, and we blew the sound system,
France,
and we ended up like acoustic, straight acoustic, and people said, well, they can blow the amp, like the whole sound system, and continue playing, which is, I think, pretty honest.
Pretty respectful. Did you play in Germany?
Yeah, we play in Germany. Reception is alright since I rap in French. You know, it's like maybe I don't see it as an issue because like I've said, I mean here in Quebec, I mean I make it as a statement to rap in French because I believe it's important to like do music in French, especially experimental music, because most of like the experimental musicians will go into English, and because they want to reach a wider audience. But I mean, it's too bad. Let's get people to like learn French, you know, kind of, and like understand. If there's like some avant-garde ideas coming from here, then let's make them in French. Let people like, you know, we'll start learning French to understand them more like thoroughly or something. And in France, they're fucking Anglophiles. Like they love English people, you know, like they love. If I was rapping in English, it would like totally be different. I know that.
In France.
Like they are not in the same situation.
No, because they don't have to defend their language, but we have to in a certain way, or else, you know, we'll just end up speaking English as like everyone. And I'm like, both of my parents are immigrants, and you know, but still French is my like language, my like
the language you grew up with.
Yeah, and like the language I socialize with and like that I dream with is French. So, you know, it's like I really feel it's important to like do it in French. And some like all these bands that sing in English that are French speaking and whatever from France or here, I'm like, you know, man, you should just do it in French. And especially if you have an accent and it shows, do it in French. Yeah.
Obviously, you guys don't make music to come at it from a marketing standpoint, you know?
Every show we do is like 5 person. Today,
yeah, and
today was good. We had a good crowd.
Well, see, 5 people in here is awesome, you know? It feels
there was
good.
even a dog, and you just imagine.
Yeah, this is the first dog in the Freebird. First dog to see it. Was it the first dog at a Heliodrome show? You know, maybe this is a grim question, but do you feel like there's future for a project like this? You know, like, do you feel it's able? Like, where do you get to the point where you start to reach an audience? Because there is an audience for avant-garde, strange music. You know, like, I get frustrated because it's like, I've seen 100 people packed into a room to see a guy like flick a piece of glass with a contact mic on it for 6 hours. But then, you know, like I see a group like you who's doing something dynamic and interesting and always different, and it's fucking hard to get people to come out and see it. So it's like, where do you get the cool points? Where does it get to the point where people start, no matter how weird your music is, start just coming out because everyone else thinks you guys are awesome? You know, like, how does it get to that point?
The only key is like longevity, kind of, and like being steady.
Exactly.
Well, hard work also.
Yeah. I mean,
if you take any project and you work hard at it, like and you persevere. Yeah.
Like eventually you get to a place where even though they might not be into your music, they're like, man, that guy's been doing his thing for so long that like they almost have to respect you.
Also.
Yeah.
Discipline.
You know, like this guy Eric has been doing experimental music for like so many years that I believe I was doing hip hop, straightforward hip hop before. You know,
I met you in Atash Tatuk in what year? You were playing with Ghislain Poirier. 2002 was the first time I came to Montreal. We played together. You were rapping with Ghislain.
Yeah. And
now what you do and what Ghislain do are so far removed from each other, you know?
Some people use music or art as a catharsis, or, you know, just to feel that people are, feeling the same way as you are, or, yeah. Just not to feel alone, you know.
Sure.
Creatively, it's really positive though for us.
True.
Because I often talk about this. We were born like on the margin, you know, between like analog and digital music. So we know like the past, and we know also the future. But now, like the kids that are 20 or younger, probably
they don't know the past.
They're only in digital.
It's a rare opportunity for us because we know what was used in the past and we know what's possible in the future, and so we have the opportunity to mix them.
Yeah, and
you know?
I remember you saying, Eric, that we're like the last generation, kind of.
We're the only
generation that's like half and half. You know, that's like in that line of like digital and analog, and that's interesting.
The most important point that will kind of kill us. People want to dance. People want to go to shows and party. After all, I can understand it. That's really important. Like in such a life, you know, you want to get rid of all your problems and you want to just dance and have fun. But music's not just that.
No,
it can be much more like
doing like if you understand the lyrics or whatever, even the mood is fucking sad and like depressing music we're doing. People don't really, like, in this era, people don't really want to get into that.
I mean, that's not true, you know. Look at artists like Godspeed You Black Emperor. They make very sad and depressing music, and look at how well they've done for themselves because they did it for how many years.
But it's kind of formative. It has like it's defined into like a genre, and then it's okay. But for example, for us, we're not confined to any genre.
We're like rapping.
Yeah, we're mixing rap and something else.
And that's odd.
That's pretty odd.
They were asking me all kinds of questions, and then they were like, yeah, it was 2. And then he said, do you make money? And I said, no. And he said, so if me and my friend wanted to come in, I said, you're more than welcome. There was 2 Hasids that were really interested in what was going on. I thought maybe I was like on their land, and they were just super interested. I invited them in, and they were like, they thought about it. I said, it's packed, but you're welcome to come. I said, you can have my seat where I was sitting. And he said, no, thank you, but it looks really exciting in there. And he was asking like what you're playing, and I told him a dulcimer, and I was trying to explain to him what a dulcimer was, and it didn't work. I told him it's a small guitar of Greek origin. I was totally pulling it out of my ass.
We're like, fuck it, we're gonna do our thing.
Yeah.